Hey everybody, welcome back to Goodale Farm. I'm Peter. Just want to do a quick video on an update relative to some of the projects that I highlighted in previous videos with planting of the grass, some of the seeds, getting ready for planting out in the field, and some of the other things that are coming along now that springtime is well underway. Thanks for tuning in. The grass has been growing really good. The temperature is just right. We've had a fair amount of moisture, and of course, the sunlight helps. It's amazing, as you go to plant grass, certainly there's a lot of factors that come into play, but the soil temperature, what a difference it makes. I mean, soil temperatures, if they're in the 50 to 60 to 70 degrees, that's ideal temperatures to grow grass. Once it gets above 70, it's pretty difficult, even with the irrigation system. But here, I'm cutting once a week. I hope not to have to do twice a week, but once a week seems to be doing pretty well. And from my other video of planting grass along the roadside, I have the new stone wall that I put in place over there. It's another video. I'm pretty happy how this grass turned out. Now, being honest, I did 2 rounds of planting seeds. The first round went pretty well, but you can still see there's sparse patches. So I came back a couple weeks ago and spread more seed in those sparse patches. And I've been staying on top of watering, just making sure the soil's moist. We've been getting enough rain, so it wasn't too difficult. But this week I put the hose away, and I'm letting nature take it from here. I've learned over my years of trying to maintain a lawn and grass, sometimes the more attention you give it, the worse it gets. If you leave it alone, nature tends to take care of its own. Some of the grass on the roadside actually is performing and growing better than something that you take care of yourself. So here's a good example. It's on the side of the road on state land. This grass, it's over a foot tall, gets no care, total abuse by the elements, sand and salt by the snow plows, and it grows like wildfire. All right, so here we have the seeds that we had planted, and here we have the sunflower seeds, which are coming along pretty good. And outside of the sunflower seeds, I don't think I have any more things growing. I mean, right here I have, it looks like a blade of grass. I don't think that's anything that I planted. But I do have these items here that are growing. They might be peas. It's too early for me to tell. But unfortunately, the rest of these are not coming along. Now, I don't know if the seed were duds because they were too old, or the temperature just has not been right. So I'll certainly give it a little bit more time. The sunflowers have a way to go before I take them out, but want to give you the update here. So we had an interesting year for daffodils. Daffodils are one of the earlier bloomers of the springtime, and this guy here bloomed fine, and there were some others along the way that came out pretty well. But a couple weeks ago, we had a real surprise of it wasn't a frost, but it went down into the 30s. And I noticed some of the daffodils, like this cluster here, and then those over there, it's almost like they were frozen in time. That grouping over there has looked that way for the last 3 weeks. This one here, they never got out of their blossom. It's almost like the growth was stunted with that cold spell. So I guess this year is a loss for them. We have some lilies coming up here, so it'll be interesting to see as those come up. All right, here's an all-time favorite, lilac bush, right? Who doesn't like the smell of a lilac bush in the springtime? This guy we planted, I want to say 3-4 years ago, and it's been coming along really well. It's just on the other side of the stone wall, and what I like about lilacs are it's a spreading type of bush. So you see A little bit down here, some of the leaders or runners that will come out. And it's in a great location because it gets good sun. And there's enough room to grow on this side. This rhododendron, God, this rhododendron's got to be 50, 60 years old. It's huge. There's good growth coming underneath. And the old, you know, legacy growth, I think, is on its way out. But there's enough room for the lilac to spread on this side, and then certainly on this side as well. Plenty of room. There's another variation. It's a white lilac. Older tree. Actually, it's my neighbor's, but get the benefit of enjoying it on the fence line. Good to see you there.